All right, my beautiful fiery Aries souls, gather round, come closer. Are you ready to hear something that will shake the very foundations of your reality in the most magnificent way imaginable? Because right now, this very week, on December 22nd and 23rd, the cosmos is preparing to hand you a receipt, a declaration of freedom you have been unknowingly earning for 15 long years. Yes, you heard me right. There is a weight you've been carrying, a silent echo in the chambers of your soul that you may not have even been able to name. It's been an invisible backpack, a subtle resistance, a cosmic current you've been swimming against since way back in 2010. It's been a shadow whispering that you have to fight harder, push faster, and burn brighter, just to get what others seem to receive with ease. It's been the source of that lingering feeling that no matter how much you achieve, there's an invisible barrier you just can't seem to break through. Can you feel that? That deep inner knowing that I'm speaking your truth? Will get ready to breathe a sigh of relief so deep it will feel like the first true breath you've taken in a decade and a half. This isn't just another week, my powerful rams. This is a cosmic culmination, a grand finale. The universe is about to declare your karmic debt officially paid in full. The invisible walls are crumbling, the chains are dissolving, and you, my incredible Aries, are about to step into the light of your true, unburdened power. Do you feel that tingle of anticipation, that electric hum in the air, that, my friends, is the sound of your liberation dawning? Now, I truly want to build a community of empowered souls right here on Astrology Unlocked, a place where we can share these incredible journeys. Have you felt this invisible struggle? Has there been a pattern of near successes followed by frustrating setbacks that you just couldn't explain? If this is resonating deep within your spirit, do me a favor right now and let me know in the comments below. Type "I am ready to be free" to claim this energy. And if you haven't already, my loves, please smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You are on the brink of a monumental shift, and I will be here to guide you through every glorious step of this new chapter with cosmic updates made just for you. Let's walk this path of transformation together. Have you been waking up lately with a peculiar sense of restlessness, a feeling that something monumental is about to give way, even if your logical mind can't quite grasp it? Trust that feeling. That is not your fiery imagination running wild. That is your warrior soul, your powerful intuition, sensing the seismic shift in the spiritual landscape. Your spirit knows that the long season of struggle is finally coming to an end. For 15 years, since the pivotal year of 2010, you have been navigating a cosmic obstacle course you never consciously signed up for. It was a force that seemed to demand more from you than from anyone else. It was the reason you had to pour every ounce of your incredible Aries energy into your goals, only to achieve a fraction of what you knew you were capable of. It was the source of those bewildering roadblocks that would appear out of nowhere, right when you were on the verge of a major victory. It was the persistent voice that made you wonder in your quietest moments if you were truly destined for the greatness you could feel burning within you. But let me be crystal clear, my beautiful Aries. This was never ever a punishment. It wasn't a string of bad luck. It wasn't the universe conspiring against you. No, this was a sacred contract. It was a specific karmic lesson, a profound balancing of cosmic scales. You were repaying a debt, learning a vital lesson, not through theory, but through the lived, visceral experience of your reality. This was a force of equilibrium, correcting an imbalance from a past life, or perhaps even from an earlier chapter in this one that your soul chose to resolve. You, with your incredible strength and resilience, have been the alchemist of your own soul's evolution. The currency you used to pay this debt was your own experience, every challenge you faced, every frustration you overcame, every time you got back up after being knocked down. You have been paying this off with the pure gold of your growth, your courage, and your refusal to ever let your inner fire be extinguished. I want you to travel back in your mind, Aries. Take a deep breath and go back to 2010. What was happening in your life then? Feel the energy of that time. For so many of you, something pivotal shifted. Something that felt full of promise suddenly came to a halt. A door that was wide open may have slammed shut right in your face, leaving you stunned and confused. A dream that felt so real, so tangible, might have disintegrated before your very eyes. Perhaps a person you poured your heart into vanished, or a path you were passionately pursuing became an impossible climb. That, my friend, was the moment the payment plan began. And ever since, you've likely noticed repeating pattern cycles that have played out with such uncanny precision, it has at times driven you to the edge of despair. Think about it. Have you experienced people letting you down in the exact same way, time and time again? Have you seen golden opportunities appear on the horizon, shining with promise, only to mysteriously dissolve into thin air as you got closer? How many times have you felt that you were just one step away from a major breakthrough, only to have some bizarre, unforeseen circumstance interfere at the very last second? And in your relationships, have you entered into connections that felt world-changing, full of incredible passion and potential, only for them to end in a way that left you feeling betrayed, unseen, or utterly abandoned? These were not random misfortunes, my warrior souls. These patterns were the curriculum. They were your soul meticulously working to balance that specific karmic account. Every single disappointment, every obstacle that made you grit your teeth, every moment you had to dig deep and find the strength to keep fighting when all you wanted to do was surrender, all of it was chipping away at that debt. It was a profound purification process. It was preparing you, tempering you, and forging you for a level of existence, a level of success and fulfillment that would only be possible once this deep spiritual cleansing was complete. And oh, the agony of it all, the most painful part of this journey has been that deep down, you have always known your own power. You've always sensed the boundless potential simmering just beneath the surface. You could feel this inner giant, this incredible force of nature within you, screaming to be unleashed. But it always felt like it was trapped behind an invisible, unbreakable wall. You would look in the mirror and see a leader, a trailblazer, a creator of empires. But when you tried to translate that powerful vision into your physical reality, you would consistently hit those unseen barriers. Let's break this down even further, because for different Aries, this karmic lesson manifested in slightly different ways. For those of you born between March 21st and March 31st, this karmic debt is deeply connected to the theme of impulsiveness and leadership. 15 years ago, a choice made in the heat of the moment, a leap taken without looking, may have set in motion a chain of events that needed to be balanced. And for the past decade and a half, you have been learning the profound lesson of patience, of strategy, and of the responsibility that comes with your natural-born leadership. For my Aries souls, Born between April 1st and April 10th, the karmic debt likely revolves around relationships and the use of your incredible passion. A past situation where your fiery intensity may have unintentionally burned another may have required you to experience the other side of that coin. You've been learning empathy, vulnerability, and the art of partnership through direct and often painful first-hand experience. And for my powerful Rams, born between April 11th and April 20th, your karma is intricately linked to the material world and the manifestation of your desires. Perhaps a past misuse of resources or an aggressive pursuit of ambition at the expense of others created an imbalance. Your journey over these 15 years has been about learning the true nature of value, the importance of integrity, and the deep soul-level satisfaction of building something that lasts, rather than just winning the race. But regardless of the specific flavor of your karmic curriculum, all Aries have been living under the same cosmic reality. It's been a reality defined by the feeling of being perpetually tested, of having to prove your worth and your strength again and again and again. It has been the experience of seeing things come so much more easily to others, while you had to fight tooth and nail for every inch of progress. It has been the heavy burden of carrying a weight that no one else could see, a struggle no one else could truly understand. It has forged you into a warrior, not because you chose to be one, but because survival demanded it. But now Aries, on December 22nd and 23rd, the cosmic ledger is being cleared. The universal accountant is stamping your file paid in full. An energetic decree is being issued across the heavens, and it says, "This powerful soul has completed their lesson. All blockages, all limitations, all resistance related to this karmic situation are to be immediately and permanently removed. This soul is now free to operate at their full, unbridled potential." Can you imagine what that will feel like? Picture yourself running a marathon for 15 years with a heavy-weighted vest on. You've grown so accustomed to the strain, the difficulty, the sheer effort it takes to move forward. And then suddenly, someone walks up to you and says, "You can take that off now. You don't need it anymore." The sheer overwhelming sense of relief will be so profound, it might even feel disorienting at first. You will literally feel lighter. Your shoulders will relax. You will breathe more deeply than you have in a decade and a half. The world will look brighter, clearer, and more vibrant, as if a dull filter has been lifted from your eyes. Opportunities that you had long written off as impossible will begin to blossom around you like wildflowers after a long-awaited rain. And trust me, this monumental shift will not be subtle. The universe is not just going to whisper that your debt is paid, it's going to shout it from the rooftops with signs that are impossible to ignore. On December 22nd and 23rd, and in the days that follow, you will receive undeniable proof that your reality has fundamentally changed. It could manifest as a life-changing opportunity that seemingly falls right into your lap, something you didn't even have to fight for. It might be a person from your past, returning not to reopen old wounds, but to bring a sense of closure, healing, or even a beautiful new beginning. It could be a stubborn, long-standing problem that has plagued you for years, suddenly and miraculously resolving itself without any effort on your part. Or it could be a sudden flash of insight, a profound aha moment that connects all the dots of your struggles over the past 15 years, allowing you to finally understand the why behind it all. But the most powerful and undeniable sign will be an internal one. You will wake up one of these mornings and feel something you haven't felt in 15 years, a genuine, unshakable sense of deservingness. You will feel in every cell of your being that you have a right to happiness, a right to abundance, a right to peace. The relentless need to prove yourself, to fight for your place, will simply dissolve. You will finally be able to relax into the profound knowing that you are free to be your most authentic, powerful self without the invisible restraints that have limited your expression for so long. This transformation isn't just about finally getting the things that were denied to you. It's a fundamental rewiring of your relationship with your own power, with your own worth, and with the very nature of possibility itself. You are about to discover that you can manifest your desires with a speed and ease that will astonish you. You will notice that people, colleagues, potential partners, friends, respond to you with a new level of respect and admiration. You will find that opportunities now seek you out, flowing to you naturally, without you having to chase force or manipulate situations. Think about it, Aries. During these 15 years of intense pressure, you have developed spiritual muscles that most people will never have the chance to build. You have learned how to operate under immense strain. You have become an alchemist, mastering the art of transforming pain into wisdom. You have learned to find strength in moments where others would only find despair. You have survived and thrived in situations that would have shattered less resilient souls. These incredible skills, this profound strength, will not disappear now that the debt is paid. On the contrary, they will become your superpowers. They are the tools you will now use to build the extraordinary life that is waiting for you, a life free from karmic limitations. Here is the beautiful paradox of your new reality. Now that you no longer have to be so strong just to survive, you will discover that you are stronger than you ever imagined. Now that you no longer need to fight so hard for everything, you will find that you can achieve more with a fraction of the effort. Now that you no longer need to prove your worth to the world, you will find that your worth is recognized and celebrated effortlessly by others. The immense pressure that forged you into Damascus steel will now allow you to cut through any future obstacle with grace and precision. However, my dear Aries, there is one crucial condition for this profound liberation to be fully actualized. You must consciously choose to forgive. This isn't just about forgiving the people who may have been instruments in your painful lessons over these 15 years. It is a much deeper, more soul-level forgiveness. You must forgive the universe for what felt like unfair hardship. You must forgive life itself for being so demanding and at times so cruel. And most importantly, you must forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for any perceived mistakes, for the times you felt you weren't strong enough for every choice you made while under the influence of this karmic weight. Please understand, this act of forgiveness is not for the benefit of anyone else. It is the key that unlocks the very last chain binding you to the past. It is your declaration to the cosmos that you are truly ready to step into a completely new and unburdened reality. It is the act of releasing all the energy that has been trapped in old wounds, old resentments, and old stories, and consciously redirecting that powerful energy toward the creation of your most magnificent future. Without this radical forgiveness, the debt may be technically paid off, but you will continue to act like a prisoner who is afraid to leave their open cell. As you embrace this forgiveness, you will begin to notice even more significant shifts in your external world. People who may have overlooked or dismissed you for years will suddenly start to see you in a new light. showing genuine interest and respect. Situations that have felt hopelessly stagnant will begin to move forward with surprising momentum. Opportunities that you weren't even actively pursuing will begin to present themselves to you as if drawn by a magnetic force, and your own emotional state, which may have been a roller coaster of fiery highs and frustrating lows, will begin to stabilize into a profound sense of inner peace that you may have forgotten was even possible. My advice to you, Aries, is this: do not question these positive changes. Do not overanalyze them or try to find a purely logical explanation for why things are suddenly flowing so effortlessly after being stuck for so long. Simply open your arms and accept them. This is your time. You have paid what you owed, and now you have the universal right to receive what you have always truly deserved. The universe is not, and never was, unfair. It simply operates with a complex and divine accounting system, one that functions on a timeline far grander than our limited human perspective can often comprehend. I know that one of the most devastating aspects of these past 15 years has been that crushing sense of being punished without understanding the crime. The feeling of being a good person, a person with a good heart, who always tries their best, yet still facing relentless hardship. It has been agonizing to watch others who perhaps seemed less dedicated or less deserving achieve with ease the very things you were fighting so hard for. This feeling of cosmic injustice has been one of the heaviest parts of your burden. But now, the truth will be revealed. You will understand with every fiber of your being that it was never a punishment. It was a preparation. The universe was not punishing you, my beautiful Aries. It was forging you. Every disappointment you faced stripped away a layer of naivety or impulsiveness that needed to be shed. Every betrayal you survived sharpened your instincts and strengthened your capacity for discernment. Every single time you had to pick yourself up and rebuild from the ashes, you were developing a level of resilience that is now unbreakable. Every time you had to face your pain and transform it into growth, you were honing your innate skill for spiritual alchemy. You have been transformed into a version of yourself that only existed as raw potential 15 years ago. The person you are today possesses a depth, a wisdom, a strength, and a power that could only have been forged in the very fires you have walked through. And now that this profound developmental process is complete, the limitations that were designed to force that growth can finally be removed. So what is happening on December the 22nd and 23rd is not just the end of a difficult chapter. It is your graduation day from the University of the Soul. It is the moment the cosmos formally recognizes that you have completed your advanced karmic studies and are now qualified to operate on a completely new and elevated level of existence. It is, as I said, like you've been running with weights on your ankles for 15 years. When they are finally removed, you won't just walk, you will fly. You will discover that you can move through life with a speed, a power, and a grace that you never knew you possessed. The new reality that is opening up for you will not be a life devoid of challenges. You are an Aries after all. You thrive on challenge, but it will be a life where the challenges make sense, where you feel fully equipped with the tools and the wisdom to overcome them. It will be a life where each obstacle is no longer a roadblock, but an opportunity to apply the incredible wisdom you have gained. You will not become weak or complacent. You will become a powerful person who can finally use your immense strength to build and create rather than just to survive and defend. In the months following this cosmic debt clearing, you will need to give yourself some grace as you adjust to your new reality. It will be like someone who has lived in a dimly lit room for 15 years, suddenly stepping out into the brilliant sunshine. Your eyes will need time to adjust. Your reflexes will need to be recalibrated. You might even find yourself strangely missing the high-stakes drama and intensity that characterized your life during the karmic payment period. This feeling of nostalgia for the struggle is normal, and it will be temporary. You are not losing your fiery, intense Aries essence. Not at all. You are gaining the wisdom and the freedom to choose when and where to apply that incredible intensity, rather than having it constantly activated as a survival mechanism. You are evolving from a warrior who reacts intensely to every perceived threat into a sovereign ruler who can modulate their power and direct it with conscious, focused intention. And Aries there is one final beautiful piece to this puzzle that you need to understand. This liberation, this payment of your karmic debt, is not just for your own personal benefit. You have been uniquely prepared over these 15 years to become a beacon of hope and a guide for others who are walking through the same fires you have already conquered. Your direct experience of transforming suffering into wisdom will be a powerful gift that you can offer to the world. You will discover that you have a natural, intuitive ability to recognize when someone else is in the midst of their own karmic trial. You will be able to offer them the kind of profound understanding, compassion, and support that you so desperately wished you had received during your own darkest moments. Your personal story of overcoming seemingly insurmountable obstacles will become a living testament, a source of incredible inspiration for people who are on the verge of giving up. This doesn't mean you have to become a therapist or a savior for every wounded soul you meet. It simply means that your own healing will naturally radiate a healing energy out into the world. Your own liberation will subconsciously inspire others to seek their own. Your own transformation will serve as undeniable proof that it is possible to emerge on the other side of profound suffering, not just intact, but stronger, wiser, and more magnificent than ever before. December 22nd and 23rd will mark not only the end of your personal karmic struggle, but the beginning of a brand new chapter where you can consciously contribute to the healing and upliftment of the collective. A chapter where you can use everything you have learned to help reduce unnecessary suffering in the world. A chapter where you can be a powerful part of the solution to the very kinds of problems you now understand so intimately. I know there were times during these 15 years when you questioned everything. You probably wondered if it was even worth it to keep going, if the pain you were enduring served any greater purpose, or if it was just the random cruelty of an uncaring universe. You wondered if you were truly strong enough to make it to the other side. You wondered if there was really something better waiting for you on the other side of so much suffering. Today you are about to receive your answer. You will discover that every tear you shed was a sacred investment in your soul's evolution. Every moment of despair was a deposit made into the bank account of your spiritual wisdom. Every single time you chose to get back up when you wanted to give up, you were building the spiritual muscle that will now allow you to create miracles in your own life and in the lives of others. The universe has finally heard you, my magnificent Aries, because you have finally learned to speak the language it truly understands. Not the language of complaint or anger or victimhood, but the language of conscious transformation. Not the language of "why me?" but the language of "what is this here to teach me?" Not the language of resisting your reality, but the language of actively accepting the growth process, no matter how painful. So when you wake up on the morning of December 22nd or 23rd, I want you to take a moment just for you. Before you do anything else, just pause. Take the deepest, most intentional breath you have taken in 15 years. Feel the difference in the quality of the air entering your lungs. Notice the new lightness in your shoulders, where there was once so much heaviness. Notice the clarity in your mind's eye, where there was once a fog of confusion. And most of all, recognize the profound peace in your heart, where there was once a constant raging battle. This is not a fleeting feeling. It is not a temporary illusion. This is a real, permanent, and deeply deserved shift in your reality. You have paid your debt not just with suffering, but with conscious, courageous growth. Not just with endurance, but with active transformation. Not just by surviving, but by evolving through every single challenge. And now finally free from the karmic limitations that have shaped your life for a decade and a half, you can at last discover what you are truly capable of. You are about to see what happens when there are no invisible forces working against you. You are about to experience what it feels like to have the universe genuinely, powerfully, and enthusiastically conspiring in your favor. You are about to know what it's like to manifest your wildest dreams when there are no karmic debts blocking the divine flow of abundance that is and always has been your birthright. If this message has touched that deep knowing place within your soul, if you have recognized your own heroic story in these words, please do not let this moment pass. Acknowledge your journey. Honor your strength. Share in the comments what changed for you back in 2010 and what patterns you are now ready to release forever. Your story will be a powerful validation for other Aries warriors who have walked this path alongside you. And please make sure you are subscribed to Astrology Unlocked, because what happens on December 22nd and 23rd is only the beginning of a completely new and extraordinary phase of your existence. You will need guidance on how to navigate this bright new reality, how to integrate the profound lessons of the past 15 years, and how to use your newfound freedom to build a life that exceeds your wildest dreams. Turn on those notifications because your 15-year karmic journey is complete. The receipt is in your hand. Your liberation has arrived. And as it unfolds, you will finally understand that all the pain was worth it, because it transformed you into the magnificent, unstoppable person you had to become to live the extraordinary life that is now yours for the taking.